This is the 2022 Regan, and beside her is the 2012 Rising Regan. This is going to be another comparison video between the two. I do not have the original standing Regan, but I have the Rising Regan, which is basically the same thing, just like half of her body and then foam feet to make her look like a full body when she's laying. You can put a blanket over her or something and it just looks like regular feet. You can see the feet right here, stay in that box. So I do have the boxes to them, and I'll get to that in just a minute. Now, these are both different in a lot of ways. They have basically the same animation. Their heads turn. The original one, Raising Regan, and the standing one, her mouth moves. Mine doesn't really move that well. I probably have to get it fixed. I just haven't really gotten to do that yet. The dresses are very different looking. They are kind of the same design, but the 2022 one has a very clean looking dress and more blue color, as the Rising Regan has like a greenish color to her dress, and it's a lot more dirty looking and has some of the green stuff and blood on it, or pea soup if you want to be literal, because that's what they use for the movie. Same with the face. The newer one it looks pretty good, but it's more cleaner looking. It does have scratches and stuff on it. It has a little bit of the green stuff on her face. But again, the Rising Regan has scratches on her face also, and it has a lot of the green stuff coming out of her mouth. I think the hair on the Rising Regan is a little longer than the newer one. I think the newer 2022, they made the hair shorter so it didn't get caught in the mechanism. And also, the 2022 one has the straps on her arms, and the original never had those, but it's not really a big deal. It was a cool thing that they included on the newer one, so I like that. So here are the boxes. This one, all of the, well, basically all of the licensed stuff always have kind of their own box. This one's kind of just like basic and has the picture of Regan down there. And then the rest of the box just is the picture of the prop and the Exorcist. That's about it. And then this one is has a lot more going on. It shows Rising Regan. It has a blanket. It says the Exorcist, but in the more like colored style, I guess. And also it has the background picture of the movie poster. I think I definitely prefer this box because it just looks more appealing, I guess. I just like the way it looks a lot more. And the bottom's just black. These old boxes, I think they actually glued and closed the top and bottom flaps are like that. And something else, I don't know why I forgot to mention this, but I'm sure everyone knows it has the projector that has Pazuzu's face on it, which is a really cool thing. And also this one does have her shipping box, because I did buy it online when it came out that year. And there's her cheap plastic feet. It just has Velcro strips that go on to the base. Right there it has a strip, and the other side. And then just has these little flimsy plastic feet. Nothing too big, just basic, just to give her some kind of feet if you put a blanket over it. But yeah, I just had her propped up on a chair so it'll look a little taller. I just have her propped up on a chair so it'll look a little taller, but it does have her base and everything. This one doesn't really, I don't think it really requires any setup. I honestly am not 100% sure, but I don't think it requires setup. I think this black base, I'm not exactly sure if you have to screw this piece onto the black base when it originally came out or if it was already on there. But I think when I got it from someone else, they unscrewed the base off, but you really don't have to. It literally just slides in the box like that and it fits just fine. Oh, there's her tag. It is cool that it's in pretty good shape still. I mean, I can show the mechanism and everything, but it's not really going to be a good comparison because this is half of the standing one basically, so it's not built exactly the same as if it would be if it was standing. But this is Velcro strip behind her to put the batteries in. Battery pack right there. There's the pole. And there's the mechanism right there. And everything. I think that's an adapter port. I'm not exactly sure. Actually, either the adapter port's right there. That's a try-me button. Plug, and then it has this button right here. Now, mine rises up fine, but I do remember some of them having problems back then where I think I don't know if it's like if you position, I think it is, if you position the arms a certain way, if you have them positioned a certain way, it helps it rise up. But if they're kind of positioned weird, it kind of struggles to lifts up. I can't speak English. It struggles to lift itself up if the arms were posed in a certain way. And I remember back then some of them would start clicking because of chipping their gear teeth and stuff, but mine works fine. This one does require some setup, but it's really not that complicated. It's just a simple setup. Just has the base and then like 4 poles and then her main body, and just put the clothes on her arms and the head's basically it. It doesn't take that long. Her head, I believe, is supposed to screw in. Her head's supposed to screw in, I think. If you can see a little hole right there. It has that little slot. I don't think mine ever came with the screw, but it's not really that big of a deal. The head stays in fine. And of course this has the IR sensor because it's newer, and then actually I don't even know if this one has a sensor. I don't think it does. Could be wrong though, but might be sound sensor. There's her projector. Her face is latex, I believe, but it seems like it's a pretty good latex that they used, so hopefully it'll last long. And this one is actually, I don't think this is latex. I think it's more like the vinyl material or something, so these ones pretty much last. Yeah, her mouth is, I think the gear's splitting because her mouth is getting stuck. This one, mouth doesn't move, just the head turns in the projector. It is a cool, really cool prop. Exorcist is one of my favorite horror movies, so when this came out, I had to get it. But I will say the price when it came out a few years ago was definitely steep in my opinion. I do understand it's a licensed prop, but for it just having one motor and then the projector, which is cool, I just think it was a little too much. but I think it was still worth it. This is its base. It's basically like a piece of wood with this little plastic thing stapled on it and then a piece of cardboard glued on the bottom. I don't know if that cardboard's original or if the other person that had it before me just glued it on. Then it has that. This is the 2022's control box. Now, I really like YJ. It's one of my favorite companies for Halloween props. But the only thing I don't like is this freaking module or the control box, because it's not too big of a deal, but I don't really like that it doesn't have a switch on it. It's just very weird to me. So when you just plug it in, it just is on sensor. And once you plug in a step pad or trimmy, it immediately goes to that, which isn't, again, a big deal. But it just, like, to me, it kind of bothers me that she doesn't have a switch, but yeah, it's not really. So there's the Rising Regan's hands. That's also detailed pretty well. It has the scratches. And her face. And then the 2022 I think she has a scratch right there. This one is pretty detailed. Like, it looks pretty good. I do like that this one has actual eyes and the green pupils, and this one has white eyes. I like that one as well. I remember when this one came out, a lot of people were saying that this one looks really good, which I agree with. I'm not saying I disagree, but they're saying that one looks really good and then saying that this one was never really accurate. I don't really agree with that. I think both of them look pretty good in my opinion. The white eyes on the original one, I think, work because she did have white eyes a couple times in the movie. And also that one also works because that was her eye color when she was possessed. I do like that this one the scratches are a little more detailed, and also I like that it has more of the green stuff, and her dress is a lot more dirty. And I also do like, I forgot to mention though, you can see her rib cage. I think that's really cool that they did that. I do like the stance that this one's in too. But I do like her face, the way it looks. It didn't look bad. I just kind of wish it looked a little more, like, I guess, gross. Like, it was a little more detailed instead of it being a little clean looking. But it's not really that big of a deal. It still looks pretty good.
You killed your mother. You left her alone to die. Keep away. The cow is mine. Your mother's in here with us, Gareth. Would you like to leave a message? I'll see that she gets it. On an excellent day for an exorcism, it would bring us together. You and us.
This is only up like halfway, and she's really loud.
I'm not Regan. I'm the demo.
I do like the phrases and stuff they put on this one too, and also the original one. So they both have a couple of the same phrases, but I just like how both of them have some different ones and how they kind of put them together, if that makes sense on this one. I don't really get why the Velcro strips on the base are facing this way and the ones on the legs are the opposite way, because they don't really stay on very well, but it's whatever. A couple of things I forgot to mention, because I usually always forget to mention stuff, but I get that I don't really know where else you would put her battery pack, but where it is a little annoying because her hair always gets in the way, and where you have to unvelcro the dress, it's just everything's kind of in your way, but it's not too big of a deal. And then something else I forgot about this one, how I said I don't really like that she doesn't have a switch. I also don't like that she doesn't take batteries either, because it's usually not too big of a deal until you display them for Halloween. Because one, when you have so much adapters and stuff, like sometimes they may not reach power supply, you may not have enough extension cords, or you just already have so much stuff plugged in and you don't have enough room to have another prop plugged in or something else. So I just think it's more convenient when stuff use batteries, or have that option to use batteries. Like, yeah, they might run out of power faster, but it's just sometimes nice to have that option. I know a lot of props are like that now. I think really the only props that still take batteries is techie stuff. But yeah. But again, not really a big a deal, just something, in my opinion, that I prefer stuff that also take batteries.
My bed was shaking. I can't get to sleep. Do you know what she did? Your haunting daughter?
Yeah, that motor's not having a good time. She does that sometimes. I don't know if her motor's going bad or something. I took her out to test her a little while ago, and she did that, and it took a couple activations for her to start going down like it's supposed to. All right, minor technical difficulties. She seems like she's working now.
Do you know what she did? Your haunting daughter?
I do like that the original one has the tubular bells playing when it first turns on. She turns her head. I'm not really sure which one I like better again. It's kind of hard to choose because the original one is really nostalgic because I remember seeing both Rising Regan and the Standing Regan back when they were in stores. I saw the Standing Regan in Spirit in 2011, and also I saw her in Halloween City and Rising Regan in Spirit. And even the original one when I was younger were like props I really liked back then. Her mouth is moving a little bit. Alright, I'll play her one more time. Also, I've heard before that the reason why she turns her head side to side before going up is to get the hair out of the way. But I don't know if that's true or not. I'll play one more time. Also, the Rising Regan struggling to go up or down is honestly might be the batteries being low. So yeah, that's basically it. That was the comparison and also just showing both the old and newer one. So hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.